Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be showcasing this basalt farm, and if you're wanting to get straight into the tutorial, then you can skip to this time here, but if not, here's the showcase. So this farm basically produces a basalt column, 15 blocks long and 9 blocks wide. Turning the farm on, we're going to see how fast this thing goes. And that's pretty fast, it's fast as I could get it anyway. So basically how this works is it senses the basalt generate, it sends a pulse to the sticky pistons which pull the basalt out, and then a pulse to these pistons which push the basalt up, and then there's another row of pistons up here that push it to the side. And once it gets over here, this observer detects it, and it should push all of them down. Now this isn't a very lag friendly farm, especially when the top row of pistons fires, so use with caution, but it only runs for around 5 minutes or so anyway to fill the whole thing up. As you can see, it was pretty fast. So just how fast is this farm really? Well, for the whole stack to generate all 1,755 of its blocks, it takes just under 3 minutes, which was far better than I was hoping for it to be. Constantly mining this for an hour would yield you just above 35,000 blocks, which is pretty good. Now, when you're wanting to reset the farm, be careful because, here we go. It won't break the farm, but it just won't work if you press the lever. So press this button, that's what this button's here for. It should push all the blocks down once, so there's an air gap for the blocks to flow back in. And then you can just restart the farm. Like so. Now this is a pretty tall farm. If you did want it to be 2 blocks shorter, you could potentially move this one to the right, and then once you're bringing this down, this torch should be where that torch is. But we're doing the tutorial for the taller version today. And that brings us to the resources portion of this video. So we have 3 stacks and 33 redstone dust, 8 repeaters, 6 redstone torches, 5 observers, 1 redstone block, 2 stacks and 37 regular pistons, 19 sticky pistons, 2 stacks of solid building blocks of your choice, 10 slabs of your choice, I'm going to be using stone brick, 3 buckets of lava, 15 obsidian. Now I'm using obsidian here for aesthetic purposes, but if you'd rather use something else, you can use furnaces, you can use barrels, chests, things like that. 15 soul soil, 15 blue ice. This will not work with packed or regular ice, so be sure it's blue. 17 target blocks, 18 glass, 1 lever, 1 button, and some temporary blocks. Now that we've got our materials, it's time for the tutorial. Okay. That's how. Now that we've got our materials, let's head into survival. Let's grab our items, and let's get started. So this is the area where the basalt column will be. It is 15 long and it is 9 wide. You do not have to mark it out like I did, but if you're going to be using a haste 2 beacon, probably build it out of something that's not insta-mineable by pickaxe, such as deep slate, or a safer bet would just be wood like I did here. You don't have to make a base, but it helps with the placement of it, especially since it's such a big farm. If you did map out the base of it, come in 1, 2, 3, 4 across, and then 1, 2, 3 up, and then on the 4th block up, dig a hole, and replace it with one of your building blocks. Facing the building block, on the left side, place 2 blocks like this, and on the right side, make 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 down, just like that. So here's going to be our inputs. So we place a temporary block with a solid block on top, put a lever on that, break the temporary block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. On that 13th block, you place a temporary block of your choice, and then your building block, and that has a button on it. And then you break the temporary block as well. Now what we want to do is place a temporary block here, a block up like that, and then a line of blocks 4 long, just like that. And then break the temporary block when you're finished. When you've done that, place a line of redstone dust across like so. And then you want to grab your observer and place one like that with a block on top of it like that. When you've done that, place a dust here. 1, 2, 3 repeaters down like so, each of them on max delay, 4 ticks. And then place 1 more redstone dust right here. Right now. Alright, next thing you want to do is go off the side right here. Place a temporary block. Place 3 of your building block like this. And 1 more temporary block like that. And place your target block on this block right here. And then we're going to go one more temporary block, one more solid block, and then one more temporary block, and one more solid block. After you're done, make sure you remove all your temporary blocks. On the underside of this, add a redstone torch here, here, and here. Coming back to the top now, place 2 redstone dust like this. The next thing you want to do is place a redstone torch on this block right here. Temporary block off to the side of it. Jump up, place a piston. Be sure to break that temporary block. And then on top of that piston, you want to put an observer. And then off to the side here, one more block. And then off to the side here, we do one more sticky piston. Make sure these are both sticky. And then on this sticky piston, we want to put a single block like this. Next, we want to go off to here. On the side of this sticky piston, we want to place one block like this. And then going this direction, place 2 more blocks. And then a line of 15 of our building blocks. After that's done, it should line up with the edge of your border. That's how you know you've done it right. Next thing we want to do is place a block off right here. Target block on top, and then make this a row of target blocks. And then we break our temporary block. On top of this row of target blocks, we want to place pistons. And then on this ledge right here, we want to place a solid line of redstone dust. Coming off of this block right here, we want to go 1, 2, and then another 1, 2. Directly after that, we want to place one block here, and then we want to go the full length of our piston line. Just make it faster to go on over here. Go until you reach the end like so. And then on the faces of these blocks, we want to place sticky pistons on and then on the faces of these blocks, you just want to put a bunch of pistons like so. Maybe not like that. Once that's finished, we can place our soul soil down on this level right here. After that's all finished, take a temporary block, put it right here, and place a blue ice on top, break the temporary block, and then put that line all the way across. Coming off of this block right here, place a temporary block, and then we want to place 2 glass on top of each other like that, break the temporary block, and then go across this whole line with glass. This could also be another solid block, but I'm just choosing glass so you can kind of see what's going on in there. Next, we want to place a temporary block here, observer facing into it, observing that block, and then a glass on top of that. Next, what you want to do is place a temporary block here and here, break the bottom one, and go across the whole line with them. This is just so the lava doesn't spill out while you're making your farm. Now go on top of here. When you're 2 blocks away from the edge, place a lava bucket, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block, place another one. Then go 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th one, place another one. Next, what we want to do is place a temporary block here. Go down, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 7th block, you want to place a stone right there, a temporary block here, a block up like that, 2 dust on those, and then we want to place another temporary block right here, a full block like so. I'm going to break these blocks now, and on this block we want to have a repeater set to 2 ticks like that, and then that is with a block here and a block here with another redstone dust here and all across this line of pistons right here. Next, what we want to do is place dust along like so. Once we get to this block, we switch out to a repeater. Don't put any delay on that. Put a temporary block here. 2 blocks like so. Another temporary block. Another block up like that. And then 1 more temporary block like so. And then we make a line all the way across our pistons, or our redstone dust. Once you're done with that, place a redstone dust here, a repeater set to 4 ticks, and then we put another redstone dust. Then we put dust all across this line like so. Break these 2 temporary blocks, then hop up here. Don't fall back into the lava. And then place a line of pistons going across like so. Place a temporary block here, And you can substitute obsidian with chests or furnaces if you find it cheaper, but I'm going to be using obsidian for this build today. Place an obsidian there, remove the block like so, and go all the way across with it. After that, you want to bridge over 3 temporary blocks like so. And then we're going to go to the other side. It appears I've made a grievous error in my calculations earlier. You want to break that block, put it 1 block closer so that it is like that, right 1 block away from the edge of your barrier. After you're done with that, place a block here where we have a redstone dust on top. Go 1 block away, place a temporary block like so, 2 on top of each other. Place a slab here, and then we want to go 1, 2 like that. Place a slab on top of that, put dust on both of those. We go 1 up, place a slab, dust. Then we go 1 like that, slab, dust, and then we go 2 more like so. And then this last one, we want to put 2 slabs like that with dust on both of these. And that'll be leading into a target block right there. Break your temporary block. On that target block, you want to place a redstone torch. On top of this redstone torch, it's going to be difficult to place. Place a temporary block if you have to. Place a solid block like so. And on the face of this solid block, place a redstone torch. Break your temporary block. Next, pillar up 2 from that temporary block. Block off to the side like so. And then we want to put a sticky piston here with a block on top of it. And then a block off to the side with a repeater. And then you want to put a temporary block right here, leading into a solid block. Break the temporary block. And then you want to have a dust on top of there. Next, what you want to do is place a temporary block right here and right there. And then grab your observers, jump over here, place 1 like that, and then hook that into a piston, sticky piston rather, and put a redstone block right there. On this block right here, you want to place a redstone dust. And then you want to break all your temporary blocks. You can break those later, but we're going to be working up here for now. You want to break these. You want to turn around, shift click a solid block onto here. You want to put that right here. Put a temporary block right here and right here. On top of there, you want to place another solid block and get your last slab and put that right there. Break your 2 temporary blocks and then build over 1 and then out 1. And we need 1 more temporary block. And we put that right there. And then cover this in redstone dust. From this block, you want to come out 3. And then place dust on top of those. And this side should be finished. Now all you have to do is place the pistons in, and I'll be doing that right now. But first, go down here and take away your temporary blocks. And if you click this button, your piston should fire. Get yourself some scaffolding. Go to the corner, go right where those dirt blocks you left earlier were. Place some scaffolding down. And then you want to go up. Once you get up here, you want to be placing your pistons 9 wide and 15 across. And I'll be doing that in the form of a time lapse. Once you get to the middle here, I did forget to place your observer, so it's facing like that. After you've placed your observer, continue placing your pistons. Okay, last one goes in like that. And then you want to come all the way up here. Probably get some temporary blocks. I think that's the best bet. Come up here. Go on over. Just get on top of here. And then you want to fill every single one of these blocks. Break these. Fill all of these with redstone dust. And while you're here, be sure to place 1 last redstone dust on top of this observer. And that is your farm done. you do have an extra repeater and a few extra blocks. And you know what? That's okay. I messed up. But I'm not re-recording this, so you're going to have to live with it. You now have an extra repeater to play around with, okay? Take down all your scaffolding blocks. Now, the only thing left to do is turn on the farm. We're going to see if it's working. And it seems to be. And that's your farm done. I've also designed this farm in such a way where you can have some double thick walls. You can have some pillars going like every so often. And then you can have blocks behind. And same is true for this side. There's room for error. I designed this in a survival world, so while decorating, I kind of ran into some problems with this circuit being in the way, and moving it over one block didn't really cost anything, so there it is. You can have a nice little room in here. Preferably make it out of wood, because if you build it out of the same building materials as this, and you're kind of you can destroy some of your blocks if you have a haste 2. Just another reminder, once it's finished like so, and you've mined out as much as you have, to restart the farm, you press this button first, unflick the lever, wait for that to go away, and then re-flick the lever. And that should be your Basalt farm all finished. Let me know how you enjoyed it in the comments. Let me know if I can improve on some things, if you thought it was easy to follow, hard to follow. Yeah, just give me some feedback. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you next time. See ya.